our stories and our history. They are removing our names from government buildings. It's as if someone wants to erase.
The narrative surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has taken a dramatic turn, shifting from a story of royal rebellion to one of fractured alliances and looming scandals. The couple, once celebrated for their bold departure from the British monarchy, now faces a storm of speculation and accusations that threaten to unravel their carefully crafted public image. At the heart of this unfolding drama is their former ally, Tyler Perry, a man who played a pivotal role in their transition to life in the United States. What began as a tale of liberation and reinvention has morphed into a complex web of betrayal, financial strain, and whispered secrets that could redefine their legacy. The Sussexs' journey started with a blaze of publicity in 2020 when they stepped back from their roles as senior royals, citing a desire for independence and freedom from the constraints of the monarchy. Their story captivated the world, a prince and his American actress wife breaking free from tradition to forge a new path in California. They painted themselves as victims of a rigid institution, and their narrative of resilience resonated with millions. Backed by high-profile deals with Netflix and Spotify, they launched their BETRAYAL Foundation, positioning themselves as advocates for social justice and mental health. Their Oprah Winfrey interview in 2021 solidified this image, with revelations of palace dysfunction and personal struggles that garnered sympathy and admiration. But the sheen of their story has begun to fade. Recent developments suggest that the couple's carefully curated persona may be at odds with their private actions. Tyler Perry, the billionaire filmmaker who once provided them sanctuary, is now at the center of a controversy that could expose uncomfortable truths. Perry's role in their lives was significant. When the couple fled the UK amid intense media scrutiny, he offered them his private jet and a secure Los Angeles estate, complete with armed security and total privacy. He became godfather to their daughter, Lilibet, and described their bond as familial, built on trust and mutual support. Yet sources now claim Perry feels betrayed, abandoned by the couple he once shielded from the world's gaze. The catalyst for this rift appears to be a $260 million lawsuit against Perry, laden with serious allegations that threaten his reputation and empire. Amid this legal battle, Perry's silence has been replaced by whispers of discontent. Insiders suggest he possesses audio recordings, text messages, and possibly even security footage from the time Harry and Meghan stayed at his home. These materials, if made public, could dismantle the Sussexs' public narrative. Rumors describe late-night conversations and strategic discussions that allegedly reveal a calculated side to the couple, one that contrasts sharply with their image as altruistic underdogs. The recordings, if they exist, might depict Harry and Meghan not as victims of circumstance, but as savvy operators orchestrating their public persona with precision. The timing of this potential bombshell couldn't be worse for the couple. Their Monte lifestyle, once a symbol of their triumph, is reportedly under financial strain. The Spotify deal that produced Meghan's podcast, Archetypes, has ended, with no plans for a second season after its 8-episode run failed to make a significant impact. Netflix, once a cornerstone of their media empire, is said to be re-evaluating their deal, showing more interest in Meghan's solo projects than in joint ventures with Harry. BETRAYAL, their charitable foundation, is struggling to maintain relevance, with reports of high staff turnover and blurred lines between philanthropy and personal branding. Insiders claim the couple's expenses, maintaining a $14.65 million estate, private security, and a high-profile lifestyle, are outpacing their income, creating a sense of urgency to secure new revenue streams. Meghan, ever the strategist, appears to be pivoting. Her recent moves suggest a shift toward establishing herself as a solo brand, independent of Harry. She's launched a new Instagram presence, complete with polished lifestyle content, beauty product promotions, and nostalgic tributes that focus heavily on her own image. Critics have called these efforts tone-deaf, pointing to posts that celebrate her personal achievements while ignoring the controversies swirling around her and Harry. Some see this as a deliberate attempt to distance herself from the fallout of Perry's legal troubles and the couple's dwindling Hollywood clout. Industry insiders describe her as pitching new projects to Perry's competitors, positioning herself as a fresh face in premium content creation. One executive called her approach cold-blooded and brilliant, while another labeled it opportunistic, noting that she's capitalizing on Perry's weakened position to advance her own ambitions. This shift has sparked speculation about the state of Harry and Meghan's partnership. While Meghan forges ahead with her branding blitz, Harry appears to be retreating. Sources close to the couple describe him as increasingly isolated, grappling with an identity crisis as he navigates life outside the royal framework. Once a vibrant advocate for causes like the Invictus Games, he now seems adrift, rarely appearing at industry events without Meghan and avoiding the press altogether. Palace insiders report that Harry has made discreet overtures to King Charles, not for reconciliation, but for financial support. These pleas, framed as attempts to mend family ties, have raised eyebrows, with some suggesting they stem from desperation rather than genuine remorse. UK commentators speculate that Harry's recent trips to Britain, ostensibly for charity or legal matters, are more about financial reconnaissance than duty. The contrast between Harry's apparent unraveling and Meghan's relentless ambition has fueled rumors of tension in their marriage. Some analysts question whether Harry remains central to Meghan's long-term plans or if he's being edged out as she builds a brand that echoes Princess Diana's legacy, but with a modern, monetizable twist. Social media has amplified these concerns, with fans and critics alike noting Meghan's focus on solo projects and curated moments that exclude Harry. A recent anniversary post, highlighting her own achievements rather than their shared journey, drew accusations of self-absorption. Meanwhile, Harry's quieter demeanor has elicited sympathy from some and suspicion from others, with whispers that he's struggling to find his place in a narrative increasingly dominated by Meghan's vision. The specter of Tyler Perry's potential revelations looms large over this fragile dynamic. If Perry decides to release the rumored recordings or messages, the consequences could be catastrophic for the Sussexes. A single leak showing inconsistencies between their public statements and private behavior could shatter their credibility. Their brand, built on compassion, feminism, and authenticity, could collapse under accusations of hypocrisy. Sponsors might pull back, publishing deals could falter, and their philanthropic aspirations could be dismissed as performative. The public's perception, already shifting due to Meghan's glossy but detached social media presence, could turn decisively against them. Perry's motivations remain unclear. Some believe he doesn't want to destroy the couple, but rather force them to acknowledge his support and show public loyalty. His silence, however, suggests a man weighing his options. Hollywood lawyers are reportedly advising him, with some urging a quiet settlement of his lawsuit and others advocating a more aggressive approach. A producer who worked with Perry on past Netflix projects claims he feels humiliated by Harry and Meghan's refusal to defend him, especially after he provided them with unparalleled support during their most vulnerable moments. The word family keeps surfacing in discussions about Perry's relationship with the couple, a bond he once described as real, pure, and beautiful. That bond now appears fractured, with Perry left to face his legal battles alone while the Sussexes maintain a conspicuous silence. Meghan's team, meanwhile, is working overtime to control the narrative. They've been quietly scrubbing past interviews and redirecting questions during Brand Q and as to focus on her wellness and lifestyle initiatives. But the public isn't easily distracted. The absence of any statement regarding Perry's situation has been interpreted as strategic distancing, a move that could backfire if perceived as callous. Social media chatter has already begun to lump Meghan with other controversial figures, drawing comparisons to women like Amber Heard, who face accusations of narcissism or manipulation. This shift in public sentiment could undermine her carefully constructed image as a modern-day Diana, a figure of empowerment and compassion. Harry's own struggles add another layer of complexity. His candid admissions of mental health challenges, detailed in his memoir Spare, have resurfaced as observers note his growing detachment. Sources describe a man caught in limbo, no longer a royal but not fully integrated into California's elite circles. The structure of royal life once provided him with purpose. Without it, he appears lost, grappling with anxiety and a sense of displacement. Some speculate that his quiet outreach to the palace is less about financial need and more about seeking stability, a way to ground himself before he spirals further. This emotional fragility raises questions about the sustainability of his partnership with Meghan, especially as her ambitions pull her in a different direction. The broader implications of this saga extend beyond the personal. The Sussexes' empire, built on media deals, philanthropy, and public goodwill, is showing signs of strain. Archewell's struggles, coupled with the loss of major partnerships, suggest a brand in decline. Industry watchers warn that a full-scale credibility scandal could be fatal, particularly if Perry's rumored evidence exposes contradictions in their narrative. The couple's refusal to address the Perry situation, whether out of caution or calculation, risks being seen as a moral failing, a betrayal of the loyalty they once received.